In this video, we're diving into the US versus EU admission systems, breaking down how they work, how they compare, and what they actually cost. Let's talk about how the US college admissions is a stressful reality. It's high stakes, sometimes based on luck, it's opaque, stressful, and highly competitive. It's often focused on selectivity and university priorities rather than the fit for the student. US institutions are obsessed with rankings, as is the culture, and this directly impacts the admissions process. It's less about education and more about gaming the system. Decades of state funding cuts to public universities in the US have forced schools to prioritize revenue over their mission. This pushes schools to prioritize out-of-state and international students because they pay higher tuition rates. Admission offices act more like sales teams, prioritizing tuition revenue over student needs. US schools claim to use holistic admissions, but the criteria are so vague and subjective, and they enable bias and unpredictability. Essays and demonstrated interest, for example, like campus visits or emails to admissions officers that favor wealthy students who can afford to game the system. Extracurricular inflation leads to resume arms races where students pad their applications with hollow achievements. What about EU college admissions? It's not always perfect, but it's a stunning, transparent alternative. The EU invests in higher education as a common good, reducing reliance on the tuition revenue. And this extends to international students as well. Relatively, the EU system is transparent with clear and consistent criteria based on a student's diploma. The EU system doesn't incentivize exclusivity, so schools aren't tempted to reject qualified students for arbitrary reasons. It removes the pressure to chase prestige, reducing stress, and encouraging students to focus on their actual interests and needs. The EU system doesn't turn education into a business, so schools aren't incentivized to prioritize wealth over merit. It's more meritocratic and fair. The EU system is more straightforward and student-centered. No hype, no manipulation.